Good morning. I am here to read a story to you called The Hike by Allison Farrell. I chose this story because next week, kindergarten is invited to take a virtual field trip via Zoom to Fort Clatsop. So I thought it could be fun to look for some of the things that you might see on the field trip and that you will see if you go to Fort Clatsop in person as soon as you are able to do so. All right. The hike. Yoo-hoo! Almost ready? Just one more cut. Just a few more feathers. So it looks like they're getting ready for their hike. And this book is really a neat book to see in person, so maybe look for it at the library when it opens back up because it shows you the names of different plants that you can find in the area. So like this is a sunflower, it says Three Sisters Garden, and then over here we have some different signs for different trails. We are going on a hike. We've got Wren, Elle, Hattie, and Bean. And it looks like they are following to Buck Mountain. And I see snowberries, a mountain chickabee, a little chipmunk, lupins, and a bumblebee. It's our favorite thing to do. Shook, 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 shook. That's what stellar jays say. Ooh, salmon berries. We can find those on hikes. Oregon grapes. And then I love this. It's called a fairy ring mushroom. Ooh, and look, the remains of porcupine quill. Hey, wait for me. In the beginning, we run like maniacs. Show me how you run like a maniac. Ooh, look, a swarm of bees. This is called an old man's beard. I think you could tell why. And underneath there are more things, like a chipmunk's nest, a root from the burdock, and Little Bean saying, "Arf!" Until a ripe patch of thimbleberries slows us down. Now remember, you should always ask your parents or whichever adult you're with before you try something on a trail. But if they say it's okay, it can be really fun to try a thimbleberry or a raspberry, or in our town we have lots of blackberries. Oh, look at the western toad and the Douglas fir. Elle teaches us how to make leaf baskets. So here's Wren's sketchbook, and she's sketching the steps. First, you find one big leaf with 5 tips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Poke stem into opposite leaf tip. Tip by tip, poke leaf tips with stem. Pack with berries. Like this, Elle? Yep. Do you guys remember what it is? What it's called when you see a circle or an oval like this with the pointy thing going to someone's mouth? It's called a speech bubble or a speaking bubble. We may have eaten too many berries. Is that possible? I thought we were saving some for later. And she's got some in her little basket. Arf! Tap, 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 says the woodpecker. Oh, look, I think these are so cool. They're called turkey tail mushrooms. Why do you think they'd be called turkey tail mushrooms? The hike gets steep and the trail narrows. So with your hand, you can show me steep, and then you can show how something narrows. It gets skinnier. Look at that hollow tree. And I was telling my class earlier that if you go on the Cathedral Tree Trail, there's an area in the Cathedral Tree where you can climb inside, and Lucy calls it her tree house. There are also things called vanilla leaves. And I wonder if it smells like vanilla. Boo! Ah! Hattie, how did you get up there so fast? There's redwood sorrel. Oh, and this one's so funny. It's called Stinky Bob. That plant. sentence with me. Let's try. Ready? What's this word? We get lost. We get lost. Which way is north? Pretty sure we were not supposed to cross a river yet. Uh-oh, I see the problem. They're looking at their map sideways and upside down. But Bean doesn't mind. He's just saying, yep. There's some oyster mushrooms in the corner there. And we've got some alder trees. Did we go left after the berry patch? Right, I think. Ren, what's another word for blue? Azure? Cerulean? Cobalt? I wonder what she's writing. Ren's sketchbook. So it looks like that one's Ren because she's sketching. Hattie always finds the route. And that's Hattie finding the route. And there's the bird's eye view of Hattie. So when you say something's a bird's eye view, it's looking down. And you can see she's looking down as she draws. Oh, and I really like this. It says signs of a beaver. And you can tell where the beaver has eaten the tree. We're halfway there. In no time, we get back on track. Who made these? That's one of the best parts of a hike is that you can find footprints or paw prints, and you can try to guess what kind of creature made them. Looks like they found out. A deer walks past. Bean sneezes. Achoo! And this is a really a cool spider web. It's called an orb weaver spider. That's a western tiger swallowtail butterfly. Salal. The deer vanishes so quick we wonder if it was ever really there. That happens to us in Astoria, huh? A light rain comes and goes. The birds are happy. We listen to them chirp and chatter in the trees. This is the river we were looking for, right, Hattie? Oh, yep. And look at the sketchbook. They're drawing about birds they saw at Whitefish River. It says they've seen an Anna's hummingbird, a mountain chickadee, and a mountain bluebird. And if you look on the picture, I see the hummingbirds here, the bluebirds there, I'm guessing, and maybe that's the chickadee. One thing that's kind of interesting to know, a fun fact, is this is called foxglove, and you'll find it all around Astoria. It grows wild, and it's beautiful, but I'm going to tell you something important, so lean in. It is poisonous. Hattie gets tired. Elle offers to carry her. Oh, she's hitching a ride. And she's saying, I think this is Ren, I said 30 minutes to the top. We can't hear you. And it sounds like they can't hear her because look at this beautiful waterfall and a rainbow. Oh my goodness, banana slugs. We see a lot of those, don't we? Giddy up. I can't do this much longer. Oh, it looks like now she's holding all of them. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it says soon Elle is tired too. Oh, poor Ren. She's sweating. Oh, Bean's excited and running ahead. Ridge is over. Ridge. Oh, ride's over, everyone. Brr, it's getting chilly. So it says pointing to the summit. The summit is the top of the mountain. At the top, Ren takes out her flag. Elle reads her poem, and Hattie releases feathers into the wind. So I think that might have been the projects they were working on throughout their hike and in the beginning of the book. And you can tell that the time of day is changing by looking at the sky. Yeah, it's starting to maybe be sunset. And even further now, the colors are changing. And they say, and I know you could read this with me, we did it. We did it. They are tired and they're proud of themselves. And look at this, it's starting to get darker. Beautiful colors of the sky and the sunset. And they're heading downhill, which is always a bit easier than going uphill. And finally, it's nighttime. And if you look really closely, you can see there are pictures in the sky out of stars. And those are the constellations, and there are even the names of some of them. So again, I would really get this book from the library when you can. There's even on the back, it gives you like Ren's sketchbook. So you could even take this with you on a hike and try to find these things. And so those are just some of the things they saw today, which is really cool. And you can see over here they have invasive plants. They kind of just take over everything. They have stinky plants. They found, this is like the deer tracks they have listed and all their different mushrooms. And they have the mollusk family, so like slugs and snails. So anyways, this book just got me really excited for our virtual field trip on Wednesday, and I hope it got you excited too. So after you read this, go outside and maybe look for some of these things that we saw. All right, have an awesome day, and I hope to see you all soon.